What will the infrastructure and ecosystem for Fintech be like in Charlotte 5 years from now?
As we develop successful companies in this area, companies that are committed to this area, they will spin off other companies. Folks who kind of get it and know how to do it and have credibility in doing it, who've seen the patterns and can follow those patterns with confidence, because the thing that kills a startup ultimately is running out of cash, but another one's running out of courage. And being able to having gone through that cycle once, I think, is really what gives you the courage to stay after it. The world has changed with banks, but selling to big banks is still not easy. There is a lot of regulatory stuff that you just have to do. So you just got to have that patience and persistence to go after it. But I think once folks, you kind of sand off those rough edges, and then you build a tribe of folks who know how to do this and have built that muscle. I think this place is a powerhouse.
You need individuals that are forward-looking enough to actually want to innovate. Innovation, super key, and it's a mindset, and it's really all around this area. The other is flexibility. So one of the things we found early on, so DataRobot was born in the cloud, and we still have a cloud product in AWS, Amazon Web Services. But we found out real early on that there are some companies that are not there yet. And if we wanted to play in the enterprise space, we needed to have an on-prem product. You have to have the flexibility to, sure, use the most cutting-edge technologies, but at the same time, we live in a world of constraints, right? So you have to be able to be flexible enough to build a product that can operate under them.
I think we see, again, like I said before, we're at the beginning of this fintech revolution. And so filling out documents in triplet and running them through 8 different layers of approvals, and those are all things that's just indicative of, you guys, everybody knows, just large companies, over 260,000 employees, hundreds of lines of business. And when you have a solution that touches on multiple channels, there is a great deal of work that goes into making that successful. And a huge opportunity to make it successful. So we're going to make sure that we dot the I's, but we're going to make sure we get there. I think in 5 years, you'll see that process that you're hearing that requires going back and forth. That process will be a lot more streamlined. We'll get better at this. We'll also begin to define a core set of fintech companies that we have relationships with, and perhaps those companies will begin to work with other companies. And those relationships will be managed that way. So I think the relationship model is going to become more firm. I think the processes and practices will become more predictable and faster. I think we'll get better at it.